Damn it, Samo. God damn it. God damn it. I'm still getting squared away here, man. You. Lucky there's like a whole ass ocean and a half separating us. You. Thank you. Thank you very much. As we all know, nobody ever owes a streamer a sub. Always appreciate it anytime you guys, show your love and help me out. It's always appreciated. And it catches me off guard every damn time. But on that note, let's go to the moon. To the moon! But yes, with that lovely assault. Oh, hey, Red. Miss you, kiddo. How's the ginger cat doing? I will get this intro out of the way at some point. But yes, it is just about 10 till 1 Eastern time. What is this? Friday, September 22nd, 2023. And views over here. Here we go. As I am getting ready to get back into the Final Fantasy 16. I don't know how many more streams I've got left in this game before it's over. It's definitely heading towards the climax. But, I mean, he looks like a very, very happy, content cat. Like every picture that Red posts, he is the happiest ball of fluff. Super caught me off guard with that gift sub right out the gate. Was in the middle of taking a sip of soda and you almost made me choke. We got letters. Oh, that's right. I had to send Gav for that. About the other day. I'll have you know I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one. Not even my mother. And you won't soon catch me doing the like again. So if it please your lordship, we can both forget about the whole damn thing. The Sid I chose to follow all those years ago is gone. There ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's talked his way into. But his legacy, that lives on. In you and everyone else here at the hideaway. Sure as the sky is blue. At least, I think it's still blue. As long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me, Otto. Yeah, right before he gets himself drunk again and starts slinging them around in groups of 5. Oh, that was because of the payback quest, okay. Greetings from the Crimson Caravans. I trust that you and your party gain the Dominion without further event. Should your travels ever bring you back to the markets, put you in need of additional assistance, you will find the Crimson Caravans more than happy to oblige. We might even offer a discount on our usual rates. Breaker intelligence. Reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of the Storm's final mother crystal. For now the realm endures, but with each new flood do her few remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is, as ever, dire. Fresh wings shall find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, excuse me, our watch continues. May the crystal's curse be broken. I don't know that dude's name, so I cannot translate that signature. Quite the mess. Word out of Twinside is there's little left of the capital after the Mad Prince's royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did, but a Stolas might be good to set El's mind at ease. I do love the levels of detail this game has.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks stained red.
Alright, Karen, what you got here?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Let's stock up while you can. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
That's actually kind of neat. What is that? Yeah.
You're rubbing me blind,
Sure.
you know.
I'll take one of those.
Come again. Or don't.
Oh,
I'm not
I
much
forgot
to
forgot to
Clive.
double check.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about
I
it.
think that was it, yeah. But now I need to see if there's anything I can pawn off on her that I don't need. Alright, scrolling, looking for anything that... Yep.
I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. Come again. Or
Now I
don't.
want to ask her
You're
about
not
the
still
skies.
alive, are ya?
I hope you're not expecting me to explain these skies. If I had a hazard to guess, I'd say it was the end of the world.
Whole realms in chaos.
Had orders canceled on me left and right. That's from the few associates I haven't lost
As
contact
the old
with.
saying goes.
There's opportunity and adversity. market for sharp steel is more bullish than ever. I have to find a way to keep. I'll find a way to keep this place fed and watered. Don't you worry. I won't let our little family go hungry, whatever the weather.
Go on then. Do us proud.
Blackthorn.
So
Alright,
what
what kind of goodies can we? Ooh. Well then. Hello there.
Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
I still love the fact that this big bear of a man, he's just the sweetest little bastard. I love him. He's easily top 3 non-active party member NPCs. Goats.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Yeah, skies definitely look unpleasant. Alright, Puffball, what do we got? View the hunt board. Alright. The 10 of clubs. Alright, merchants who ply their trade across the fields of Korava tell of an outlaw 5 and 20 hands high, and mighty of few, who preys upon unescorted travelers. They claim he lives alone in one of the many abandoned villages that litter the region, but none has been brave nor foolish enough to narrow the search any further. If you read this, if you who read this have either or both of those qualities, the Dalmekians beg of your aid. Then, oh, the Magath brothers. I see you. I see you dropping the Magus sisters reference. Lone, there we go, words. A lone rowing boat has been sighted making land off the coast of Port Isolde. Its occupants wearing the garb and speaking the language of Iron Kingdom crusaders. One can only assume that they come to take their vengeance upon Sid the Outlaw for destroying that which they hold most dear. We advise against all travel to the area, lest they think to kill or capture our members in retaliation. And then we have Ruined Reawakened. What are you? Sanbrequa legend tells of a dread dragon. Ooh, it's a Goram dragon. A whole ass dragon. who set near half the realm of light with his torrid breath, before being sealed away behind a magical mist by Gregor herself, some sources claim. Though it has long been forgotten which parts of the tale are true and which are mere myth, recent reports of a great dragon's roar reverberating around the woodland passes of the Empire are real enough. Huh. I think that one's going to eat my goddamn lunch. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. What do you have? Go.
Clive!
Oh,
Anything catch your eye?
Oh yeah, yeah. The Moogle has all of the.
Always
Oh, I
something
can't.
in there.
Can't travel there right now. Oh, it's because I gotta talk to Otto first. Yeah. Moogle. I love the noises. Let me get close enough. I don't know if you can hear that, but the little noises. All right, Vivian, what you got?
Today? Allow me to educate you. Here's the latest information I have.
We can see who's still alive and dead and. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. I do not miss this bitch one bit. She went out like a bitch. So let's see here. So we've got Phoenix, we got Bahamut still alive, we've got Mia Zefreet, we've got Shiva, we've got Odin, we got Dead Gerudo, we got Dead Titan, Dead Ramu. Yeah, I think that's it for our dominance. We got this motherfucker. Fuck this guy. Rusty tire iron. Who's that? Oh, Sir Wade. Okay, yeah, that's right. He's over, still in Rosaria. That's right. Okay.
Here you are.
All right. Let's come back here. This is where I was. Okay. Visited his grave. Headed to the Crystalline Dominion. That's right, and this is where I'm. This was me heading. Was that heading to? I was getting the caravan, getting past. No, this was getting past the caravan blockade thing where we had to help get Goat's pass. And went and did the fight at Drake's Tail.
Very good.
Okay. Just had to do a real quick speed run refresher course. Now let's see what we got going.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Now it's gonna field me back over here to talk to Vivian.
How is it that every one of these excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts. Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
Jesus. Way to bring down the mood.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
That wasn't heavy at all. No, not one bit. I've got the points for this. I think I might just go ahead and. Alright. Jesus. I think I'll do that too. I don't know if I want to pick that up, but that's what I wanted to do. I want to go here. Oh, that's his. Okay. I get it. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. Okay, nothing tinkering around with. Oh, we're actually in the middle of a break, I just realized. Already, alright.
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
The Sins of Zemeckis, an illustrated history of the Twins, Volume 4, Tales of the Founder, and Mort d'Oliver. Alright, let's see
Let
what
me
you
guess.
got for our days.
You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others have to say.
I already read that. I actually want to see what this sword I actually have equipped looks like. Well, that looks kind of cool, though. All right. All right. Now that that's squared away, man, I am bad at cornering.
Clive, a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a cash at her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains.
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Now we can actually look at the map. All right. I do not want to push forward on the main story just yet. I want to do side quest stuffs. So let's see. Okay. Okay, so he's. I want to say he's some. Yeah, he's somewhere down here. I want to say. Yep, there it is, Vimar. Okay. I do have side quests over there. And somewhere through here is where the Magath brothers are. That means the dragon's got to be somewhere in this region of the map. Hey, Jackal, how's it going? Oh, this area is now unlocked, so it's got to be back here. It's got to be back there. Okay, so I think I'll go here, and I'm gonna go deal with the 10 of clubs.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Be gone, birds. Oh, you's a biggin'. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Get this one ready. There we go. Hey Jekyll, how you doing tonight? Everything going good for you?
I can walk from here.
That's fair. That's fair, buddy. You get yourself some rest, man. Self-care is important. Especially after a long shift.
Another god's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. So empty your pockets.
Ow.
Let's have some fun.
Come on. I just want to see how big of a boom I can make here. Oh.
This one.
wrist.
A deserted town outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Again, I don't want to push the main story just yet. So now, I think I'm gonna go here.
Come on.
So, I think it's. I don't know. Let's see. It said they pulled up on the shore.
Not alone.
Oh, there they are. What's up, gents? I think they want to ask me a question.
Dark and Ashwell's again.
Oh my god.
Not for long.
Ow. Right. Alright, you have a good night, Jackal. Two meteorites.
No more vengeance. No more war.
All right. All right, now I do believe it's time for me to go try. Let's go try out that dragon. Which one? Yeah, that is the one. Oh. All right, let's see. Let's see. It said it was a whole ass dragon. So let's see if I can handle a whole ass dragon.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight.
No, not time to fight. That's definitely a battlefield of some kind. Oh, look at that pink fog. What the fuck? Yeah, this screams dragon conflict if there ever was one.
Straight home now.
I'm not gonna lie, that startled the shit out of me. Okay, that's a whole ass dragon. Dude, that's almost double the previous bounty. It's level fucking 50?
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Oh my god, its health is barely being phased. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, no, I am not winning this in the slightest. Nope. Nope. That 12 level difference is substantial. Substantial. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do this quest. Dragons mean.
First we find Isabel.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood. Then we're next.
Four left for more, the captain's orders. Only 2 came back. God help us.
I can't do it. I can't fight those things.
But you can. You must. For me. For us.
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
A Kashik, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave. But where would we go?
The 2 soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
What could do that to a man?
Rip? Literally?
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors
Jill.
speak of them,
Jill's
one
jelly.
would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
Don't know if that's triggering the phone shaking my desk a little bit. Alright. Survivors.
My family. They're still in the capital.
I'm sorry, darling. I truly am.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
That thing, it took off the captain's head before we could even draw his steel.
I'm not going back out there. You hear me? Fuck this!
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
I assume you have a plan? We need to find out what we're facing. The captain lost his head because he never stopped to use it. If we reman the towers and fortify the walls, we might just stand a chance.
It was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Let's go, Burb. Oh, that's okay. That's flood.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me!
Nice try.
Save your strength. Too slow.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Valisthea has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you, Clive.
Alright. Bomb, it's kind of fun to use. Alright, other than dealing with that nightmare, I am done in this region for now. Now, I want to come over here, pick up the side quest, do the side quest there, and then do the main story quest there. First things first, I do need to top up on potions.
Well met. Many thanks. You're welcome anytime.
Alright.
Something I can help you with? Always a pleasure. Do you have any fresh water? The well's been all but dry since the skies changed.
Barely a drop left for myself. I'll be making another trip to Chedra's Thread.
Alright, well, on that note, speaking of water, I do need to go fill my water bottle and make a quick bio break, so I feel like this is as good a time as any to take a break. Everybody, go ahead, take a stretch, take a walk, get yourselves some water, snack, whatnot, and I will be back shortly. Hello, hello. There we go. All right. Back at it. The Wheel and Crescent invites all traders and travelers weary of foot, parched of throat, and light of belly to rest a while within our premises. No bearers in the snug.
Now I just need to see about getting the word out to everyone. I want to know right away. Bad news. Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with. What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking? I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throats. So I've heard. Oh, so you know of it then? Clearly you're a gentleman of taste. A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Sounds simple enough.
Sounds simple enough. So you'll do it? Marvelous. Thank you. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market. There's Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bullock, a guard over at the north gate. Three of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Tell them to come to the tavern when they finish for the day. Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little something. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna grab this one first because I gotta run out here and run around anyways. Sign. Orders for hire. The caravans may bleed you dry, oil it may drink you dry. We'll get your goods home and dry for cheap.
Who needs a porter with it?
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when you're done for the day.
A 66? Look at me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route at the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. They'd Soraflam one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
Alright, let's go pick up.
Pardon me, but would you happen to be a fighting man, perchance?
No, the sword's for show.
That well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckyan history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city. And I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts said to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, were you ever party to a finer proposition?
I'll have the use of your formidable arms. Might as well.
My arms are yours.
Wonderful. Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road, and from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait. Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells.
Man. Get himself killed.
I'd better make
Don't
sure
follow.
he doesn't get himself killed.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can extend me the same kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves, and despite the many pains I've taken, I can't stop them from rummaging through my packs. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and he offered to track the culprits down. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one at that. But he's been gone days, and I'm beginning to fear the worst.
Any idea where his search for the thieves might have taken him?
The old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? He doubted they would be fool enough to linger here in Boklad. Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time. I just pray he hasn't been killed over a few sacks of grain.
I can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around. Hopefully someone will have seen him.
Alright, I'm gonna run back here and talk to these guys before I turn around. How to do things with those quests.
What's happened? Please. A piece of fruit. A crust of bread. Anything.
I don't have anything more to give.
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boklad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from San Brek, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. Or rather we did, till not so long ago. These are lean times, and even Boklad isn't the bustling trading post it once was. Still, there's no point dwelling on it. Better to live life while you can, eh? And on that note, it sounds like there's a cup of wine needing my attention.
You'll buy something, won't you? Please.
You've raised the price. I showed you my pass.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him. You're not here to enlist, I take it?
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now. Thanks for letting me know.
You must be a busy man.
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Not after what happened in the Dominion. Meaning, they linger here instead. I spend more of my days moving beggars along than I do manning these gates. What gets to me are the gangs that prey on the poor sods. As if they haven't suffered enough. Some days you can't help but wonder what the world's coming to. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Run all the way down. Fast travel. Might as well go knock this out. Stand in here. Most likely it's going to send me.
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news.
Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own. How so? Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Boklad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside.
A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous and many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a true word spoken.
Mm-hmm. That is the whole quest. Okay. All right. Well, there's that.
Do you have any fresh water?
What I wouldn't give for a home.
When are they gonna let us through?
What do you want? I've no coin on me.
Just information. Has a sellsword passed through here? Grey hair.
Now you mention it, there was a young man with salt in his mane sneaking around out there a while back.
Which way did he go?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
I want to lament over how unpleasant that woman was, but given the hardships of life around here, I kind of get being short with strangers asking questions. Doesn't fully excuse the shortness, the pleasantness, but
Why am I not surprised?
You'll have a real coin. This one.
Get him!
skadoosh. Steel Silk, Magic Dash, Gildog.
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. Thanks to your timely intervention. More importantly, we have arrived. Feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you. A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckis history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
I like the fact that they were just stuck there. Unfortunate that the interactive key is set to the jump.
Neither do I. I'm looking for someone. A grey-haired mercenary.
Well, we haven't seen him. Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks. Those ones, over there.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up there, and that they eat little boys for dinner. Shush now. You've said quite enough already. I only told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I were you. Look. Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here?
That's the other quest.
I think we found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me.
Overkill.
Let's get this over with.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long? Wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know why that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead, and all the missing food. I launched myself at them, full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them? And earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Bocklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alright, that was kind of cute.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Run like the wind.
Different band of goblins.
Not all right then. Who's first? Let's try.
So I go and spare one set of goblins and immediately go murder another set. That makes so much sense. Sorry about that. I was trying to adjust my windscreen up for my microphone.
You're going to get yourself killed. Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods, and great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward. History awaits.
Oh, god damn it.
Let's go. He's really got himself into trouble this time. Too slow. Nice try.
Violence.
Still in one piece.
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Glad to help, but didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims, plus a little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Well, that's kind of neat. I'm never going to use it, but
Joseph's fine. We'll be back once he's tied up a few loose ends.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
He certainly knows his business. You found your thieves all right. And I dare say they won't be coming back.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more thieving, that's good enough for me. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Here, for your troubles.
got slightly distracted by something going on Twitter. Someone I followed having a good time in Final Fantasy 14. This makes me wish I could get back on there. I ain't got the time right now. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else here? No. All right.
Sid! Oh, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard. Suppose we just follow the shouting.
In there. With my metaphorical. Never mind.
You wouldn't
Hey
talk
there,
like that if it had been
hey.
your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our
echo.
walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more?
Is it the game?
We're better off using that
audio,
coin to
or-
buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your
I know
throat
what it
that's
is.
slit.
That's enough.
I'm such a goof.
Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Should be better now.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies.
I figured out what my problem was. It was on my end.
Told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
And actually, one sec. Let me do a quick tinker. Swap that. And do that. Okay, so there we go. This should.
Who are those people?
There we go.
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness.
Yeah, I got it.
These are cursed.
There's alternate outfits that you can put on everyone. I'm not a big fan of Clive's alternate outfit. It's a little too edgy, and also it, hides the magnificent pecs. But I love Jill's new outfit, and even Torgal has a neat little glow up.
Skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Alright, before I do anything else, Jill, sit still. Sit still. I need to pan around so that Ava can see every angle that I can of your outfit. Like, I just love the different details in this outfit compared to her normal. And then Torgal.
When did you get so big?
The best boy. Yeah, that's the different outfit, if you will. I'm curious as to what other ones I might get over time.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Let's see what we got going on here.
Your own city guard, with you as captain. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
My shop. Why would anyone do such a thing?
Because people are shit. Blanket statement.
Find my pickaxe, I would. Don't get yourself worked up. You need rest.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Yes, but...
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, yes. I've actually got plans that after sometime in maybe January or February. Wait, let me do the math. Yeah, I'm thinking late December, beginning of January, I'm going to start to basically do kind of a bit of a speed run through 7 Remake ahead of Rebirth's launch at the end of February. I am very, very much excited for it. 7 was one of the first JRPGs that I
Conrad and Natalie have
played the
somewhat
hell out of.
gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
But yes, before I so rudely interrupted myself by advancing the game, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, the original back in '97, was the first JRPG that I literally just tore apart and just played the hell out of it. Found every secret I could. I had mastered every materia so many times. I had it down to almost an art fighting the ruby weapon. Like I was able to mash a couple of buttons, walk away, and do a chore, make myself a sandwich before coming back and having to push a couple more buttons because of the way I comboed certain summons together in order to fight ruby weapon. And then also I had like the unlimited hero drinks in order to be able to just omni/mime my way through ruby weapon and just silly stuff like that. Like the hardest boss in the game was trivialized. And so, while I'm not so deluded as to think that 7's the best Final Fantasy game ever made, it's not. But it has some of the most nostalgic memories for me, which is why I love it so much. You know, if you were to have me do a bit of a tier list of the best Final Fantasy numbered Final Fantasy games, I would say personally 9 is my favorite as far as just, all the different characters, classes, the combat, the story. The story in particular is one of my favorite stories of all of the Final Fantasy games I've ever touched. Though I have to say my favorite, Final Fantasy title, including my favorite single player Final Fantasy title isn't even a numbered one. It's Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, particularly the War of the Lions version, which was released on the PSP. Now that is a game that I could pick up and play at any time. If they ported it to the PlayStation, I'd buy it right now and stream it right now. I'm trying to find a nice ROM for it in order to play it on stream. But and let chat, set up and design some characters for me to play as, determining what all of the side characters' jobs are. But I need to find that ROM first. But yeah, I'm excited for, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Chapter 2, see what they do differently with the story. I actually haven't even watched the trailer yet. You know what? I think I'll take a break and actually do that now. Get a live reaction, interrupt our regularly scheduled program for that. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to. Let me see. Do that, and let me bring this over here. Let's pull this up. Let me see. I want to find trailer. There we go, trailer. All right, pause that. Get that primed. Let's make that full screen. And switch OBS over here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Wait. There I am. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and scooch me a little bit closer over here. Get me a little further. All right. Ooh, that was loud.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome to the New World Order. Fire!
Oh. Just close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you say? So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect they're soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
Oh,
Come
that
on.
boss.
On me.
Alexander. Vijana. Odin. Man, busting out the big names.
Look! Look! Look!
Getting another dance sequence.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures, set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us.
That was definitely Matthew.
When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
On 2 discs? What the fuck? We got 2 whole ass discs? What the frick? Bruh. Just holy shit. Yeah, no. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, give me a moment. Processing. Holy shit. All right, let's get switched back over here. Holy shit. Yeah. So considering I haven't actually played the retrograde yet, the Yuffie side story, I might actually, as soon as I'm finished with this, switch straight into streaming 7, so I can get through its story and through Yuffie's story.
The women folk have come to bug us.
I'll take that.
He's all yours. Waken, Gwyn!
Come on, guys. Aw, I missed him. trash. Materials, okay.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act. I'll take that as a compliment.
I love it. Alright, I think I am done on this map. I think I need to go. Yep, I need to go up here. Yep, there's no side quests anywhere else.
The Akashic attacked us out of the blue, and there's no telling when they might be back. You best keep that sword handy, Sid.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Alright, time to go murk some monsters.
Do you think there were as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Yeah, there's even a alternate outfit for Ambrosia, but I'm not a big fan of seeing her in all that armor. Oh, I can't jump over that. That's silly. There we go. Dismount. Next time I go to the camp, I'll show the other outfits.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Come on.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place.
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
I am very much glad that Sir Wade survived the frickin' tutorial.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
You there real quick.
What are you
Let me
after?
buy your shit.
Much obliged.
Thank you, goodbye.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Oh, there would be an Adamantoid.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty. It's over. Get him.
Oh, okay, so it is just you now. Come on. Ow. Dead turtle. I find it so wild that Garuda, as early as you get her icon abilities in this game, is so good for dealing with boss encounters.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Alright, so where's that at? Alright, you know what? I don't feel like waiting on the lift. lazy. Well, I ain't got no alibi. I'm lazy. I'm sorry, I'm dumb sometimes.
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there. My brothers need me.
Oh man, and they're goblins.
They're headed for the rest.
Have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
I agree.
Fire and flame! Too slow.
The black screen threw me off.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round's to wait. Shall we?
I was honestly expecting that Ahriman to be a more severe fight. See what level it was.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
What's that? Oh, okay, neat. A symbol of trust, loyalty, and undying friendship. For as long as the firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the duchy cannot die.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him. Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
All right. All that because I have been drinking metric boatloads of water. I am going to take a brief bathroom break. So, everybody else, go ahead and do the same. Get yourselves something to drink. Use the restroom, stretch, walk, do squats if that's your thing. And I will return shortly. mute myself as I walked away, but thankfully it's quiet around here. So I am back. Let us resume the fun.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Game logic.
I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So,
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Taya says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Joshua. Baby Griffo.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. but I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle, fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, that's no bueno.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
New missive. New side quests. New toys. Let's see. First things first, new goodies. And a new hunt. A team of Cursebreakers traveling through Tabor to the fields of Kurava were met by a group of hunters from the village, who warned them not to stray too far from the main road. For in a gully not far hence rested a pack of wolves that even such practiced hunters as they would not dare to wake, despite the fine luster of the animals' pelts. Too many of their friends had succumbed to temptation, only to be torn limb from limb. Neat.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Oh, I've already collected those. Right. Hugo's men are gone, and with them the fear in our hearts. Once more shall the markets echo with mirth and merriment, and it is you who we have to thank, Dalamil Spicer.
You earned this. All done?
Let's see. Upgrade, increase the number of hits. So, start with that. Assign that.
Seems the hideaway's lost
blasted
its
book.
appetite.
Can you blame them? With the skies as they are?
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I did help
I've never been
Ivan.
one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go
Sarcastic
and
little
speak to
shit.
Apophis. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Tomes.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah,
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sambrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
I've already inspected that one.
It seems the hideaway is lost.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
From Northreach. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls. There, yeah, words, I can read. We are neither of us so naive to think we had seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the ghouls come once again calling. But I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine, the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Isabel. Dramatis Personae. The Guard and League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all to sip our snake spit in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery and your projection and those stiff limbs of yours and your countenance and, well, everything else? We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we? Lubor. Oh, it's fucking snarky. How fares the rest? The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls and not clearing out what few, or when not clearing out what few threats remain down in the reeds. Though chances are we'd still be neck deep in Akashic had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you've a realm to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask. Martha. The flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent of showing up when you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I feel the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic. And us, but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking, so as you can see, he has already learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Wade. The humble request. Master Clive, I apologize for the sudden untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid. And there's none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with the task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform it to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To it, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it pleases you, my lord, prithee come to see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sebastian Rutherford, Seneschal to Lord Byron Rutherfield.
Rutherford? Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
What do I owe the honor?
No recipes.
What do you want?
Because there was no dot, so I wouldn't think so.
Anything else?
Goots, what you got?
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
More discomposed than usual.
I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a
Breathe,
trader
lad.
came by. One of our usuals, like, said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Either that or she didn't know they were bandits when she sold. Let's go talk to Karen.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto?
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. While it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Never. Day on the boat. Kinslayer.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
How do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all struck.
Oh, they broke it.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-near.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's hares.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
What the freak? What the frick?
Sid. Will there be fun?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Still didn't get the damn cogwheel in. Unfortunately, fatigue has started to rear its ugly head. So, I do believe that it's probably not a bad idea to start looking for a potential raid target. Playing what? You know what? Let's do a little search and see if we can't find somebody playing Final Fantasy 16. Preferably this streamer here does not look like they're too much further ahead of me. Let's see. Right now they're currently in an ad break. Trying to see where they are. Yep, they're literally right behind me. So let me copy their name here. We're gonna go raid a VTuber named Nyako Kagura. So, might help if I actually typed raid properly. So, yeah, we're going to wrap up tonight's stream a little early. I am quite tired, quite fatigued. So we are going to raid out to Kagura and going to drop the raid messages here in chat. She is presently in a very sussy cutscene. It's right after we fought Bahamut and finished all of that stuff. So, straight up main story-wise, she's only about an hour behind me, but if she's doing all of the side quests, she's probably about 3.5-ish hours behind where I am. But with that, I want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I want to thank you, Samo, for the gifted sub. And just everybody who came and hung out and chat. I appreciate you guys, and gals, and my non-binary pals, and I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe, choose kindness. Until next time, stay weird. I really need to set up a closing screen. I think I'll just use this for now. But yes, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Good night, everyone.